Welcome to Marketplace Finds, where we show off some crazy and interesting cars for sale, judge what we think of the price, then order it in our tier list. This is classic Facebook engineering, where they've ruined everything the Mustang was originally good at. The 1987 Mustang has been bred with a Bronco, and the results are exactly what you'd expect. The body's now perched way too high in the air on monster truck suspension, and under the hood is a 302 V8, which is doing its best but currently does not run. It's listed at $3,500, which is worth the challenge, but if this project doesn't take your fancy, this next one definitely will. You know the people who don't eat the crust on their sandwiches? Yeah, this is the type of vehicle they drive, mostly all there, just missing the exterior. Joking aside, this is a 2003 Mazda Miata that's had the exoskeleton treatment, with every body panel stripped away and replaced with a tubular frame. What's left is the absolute core of a Miata, lightweight, rear-wheel drive, manual, and completely uninterested in creature comforts or social approval. And even though this one's looking a bit worse for wear, especially those seats, it was actually built by a fabrication shop, so thankfully you can trust the welds holding up. They're asking $5,400, which honestly feels about right for a Miata that's undergone extensive surgery to hide its true identity. At first glance I thought this was a mess of a vehicle, but then I realized it's just Florida doing Florida things. It's a 1979 Ford beach cruiser that looks like it decided to skip the beach and drive straight into the salt water. The paint's been stripped back and converted into the same color palette Florida residents achieved naturally by February. It's got some turquoise wheels that look stolen from a pool float, an open top conversion for the Nature's AC, and side exit exhausts that announce your arrival 3 houses early. It's not pretending to be a restored classic, it's leaning hard into looking like a prop from a beach bar that accidentally became street legal. On the inside, if I can even call it that, you get a dash with far too many gauges, a sweet little radio cover, but the back seating area is starting to look a bit rough. You either get the choice of 2 plush looking white vinyl seats, or even better, 2 scuffed beach chairs sitting right next to the fuel tank if you'd rather smell fuel than the ocean. To be fair though, nothing back here is precious. It's all built to be used, spilled on, stepped on, and enjoyed, and that's exactly what it does. They're asking $7,500, which explains why this thing has been enjoying a 14-week extended beach vacation on Marketplace, even if it is a cool build. Somewhere in 1969, a Chevrolet engineer woke up in a cold sweat because this exists. A 4-door Corvette, and somehow the exterior walks the line between sacrilege and craftsmanship. The stretch is obvious, but it's clean. The doors don't look tacked on, they look planned, which is arguably the most dangerous part. 4 doors sit where God and Zora Arkus Duntov never intended, yet somehow the lines still flow. Shaved handles and hidden openers keep it clean, which is funny because nothing about a 4-door Corvette should feel subtle. The seller managed to upload 20 photos without showing what's behind the driver's seat, which is impressive in the same way dodging taxes is impressive. You'd think the extra space would be the headline feature, unless it's the part they're actively trying to protect us from. At least the front half looks clean and well put together, and it even comes with a fold-out screen, perfectly positioned so the passenger's legs can block it completely. The asking price is $98,000, and I genuinely don't know if that's fair or completely unhinged. This isn't a vehicle so much as a mechanical trust exercise. This is a 12-foot long, one-off, homemade 3-wheeler, allegedly inspired by 1903 engineering, which makes sense because that was also the last time safety standards were just a suggestion. It's powered by a 220cc engine, and pure optimism, this thing looks like it was built entirely out of leftover sheet metal, hinges from a pirate chest, and whatever bolts were closest to the workbench. Inside, you've got a single seat that looks like it was rescued from a Victorian couch, a steering wheel that looks like the most modern thing on it by about 50 years, and gauges that feel more ceremonial than functional. And yes, I'm sure it runs, but there is absolutely no universe where I'm trusting my life to a Facebook Marketplace hand-built experimental tricycle without maxing out my life insurance policy first. They want $4,000, which honestly feels less like a price and more like a dare. Subaru looked at the Outback, looked at a pickup truck, shrugged and said, yeah, chuck a bid on it. And somehow, against all odds, the Baja became one of the weirdest factory vehicles that's now genuinely cool instead of just confusing. This one's the rare one too, a 2005 turbo 5-speed manual, which already puts it in unicorn territory. Most Bajas were naturally aspirated automatics bought by people who thought they wanted a truck but never actually used the bed. It's silver, clean, and shockingly intact with no rust horror stories and no crunchy arches. The bed is still there, doing bed things, and it still looks like something Subaru would never be brave enough to build today. Even the interior is in decent shape, minus a few rags sitting around, but it also does reveal the mileage is getting up there at almost 200,000 miles, so it's probably on its 4th set of head gaskets. They're asking $12,250, and sure, it's done some decent mileage, but that's not insane. Regular Bajas are already creeping up just for being weird. Next up, we've got one of those vehicles that looks like it escaped a Japanese municipal fleet and immediately started living its best life. This is a 1992 Mazda Bongo, formerly employed by the Hiroshima Fire Bureau, now somehow hanging out on Facebook Marketplace like it's totally normal. It's tiny, it's red, it's diesel, and it looks like it should be responding to a call about a cat stuck in a vending machine. Like, I know Japan has some small streets and small houses, but there's no way this is carrying that much. Inside, it's peak Japanese utility, simple, durable, and honest with a steering wheel that is hitting 99% of American stomachs even with the seat all the way back. But the fact that it's only got almost 4,000 miles on it means that not only is that interior immaculate, but the drivetrain has barely seen any use. They're asking $15,000, which on paper sounds wild for something that's roughly the size of a shed on wheels, but you're paying for uniqueness, reliability, and the fact that you'll never park next to another one. Ah yes, another Subaru BRZ that has followed the sacred build guide passed down through generations of Instagram comments. Because when someone buys a lightweight, balanced, driver-focused sports coupe, the natural next step is to bolt on every idea you've ever had at 2 AM. Let's start with the wide body. It's wide, very wide, like they watched one Rocket Bunny video and never emotionally recovered wide. It's paired with a custom green paint job that was professionally done, so that's a bonus. Then we get to the Lamborghini doors, because of course they did. And of course there's the wing, which is the fastest part of the car, because it's already trying to leave. Under the hood sits the factory 2-litre Boxer engine, unchanged, untouched, and doing its absolute best while dressed like this against its will. They're asking $20,000, which is about double the price of a stock one, which is impressive considering the engine never got the memo.
If you're enjoying our videos and you want to see more, make sure to hit the like button or press subscribe. It really helps our channel a lot.
This one started off as a 2019 Charger Scat Pack, which is already loud, heavy, and aggressively American, and then somebody decided that wasn't nearly enough attention. The color shift paint is undeniably clean, flipping through purple, teal, and gold like it can't decide what personality it wants today. Then you hit the 30-inch Forgiatos, which are less wheels and more rotating statements of poor self-control. Either that or they got gapped by a Hellcat or a Honda Civic with a laptop in the passenger seat and decided that if you can't be the fastest, you might as well be the loudest thing in the parking lot. And of course, it's got your classic hard park favorites such as RGB headlights and underglow, and of course a star ceiling. They want $27,000, which is honestly fair for a Scat Pack, assuming you're specifically shopping for a Charger that looks like it was built to exist primarily on Instagram stories and TikTok edits. Some people modify cars to make them faster, some people modify cars to make them cleaner, some people turn normal sedans into whatever you call this. Once a 2012 Mitsubishi Lancer, now it's riding on 31s with a custom 4-inch lift, which is already a sentence that shouldn't exist. It's a bit of a Frankenstein too, with Jeep front struts and Outlander rear struts, but at least it's holding together, which already exceeds expectations. I really don't hate the rusted look they've gone with. It fits the aesthetic well, but Buddy really needs to lay off the stickers on that rear trunk. So for the $4,250 asking price, you get 168,000 miles, rear tires that are on life support, and suspension made from 3 different family trees. This is a 1987 Monte Carlo, sitting tall on wheels so big they've legally changed the center of gravity of the entire zip code. The purple paint and checkerboard fade actually looks halfway decent, right up until the butterfly doors show up and undo all that goodwill. There are no engine pictures because this is a rolling body, which probably tells us the last engine blew up trying to spin those giant wheels. Inside, it's all purple and black upholstery that looks like it came from 3 different cars that never met each other. The speakers have all been removed, leaving behind a collection of empty holes that once shook houses. They want $3,800 or best offer, which feels ambitious for something that can't move under its own power and already looks like it's had a long, complicated life. What you're looking at is a Carter Brothers mini monster build that clearly had some real thought and time put into it. The proportions are right, the stance is aggressive, and the whole mini monster jam vibe works way better than it has any right to. Underneath is running a Yamaha Warrior 350cc drivetrain, which is a solid choice for something this size. Even the suspension setup looks like it would be a blast to hoon around on. It does run, it does move under its own power, but this is marketplace, so it's of course got some issues. There's chain slap under acceleration, reverse isn't working, and the body needs a couple of small repairs. They're asking for $2,500, and honestly for something as cool as this, that doesn't feel completely insane. At first glance, this is just a clean, tidy 1982 Mercedes, the kind of car your neighbor proudly explains has another 400,000 miles left in it. The body looks straight, the interior is shockingly nice for its age, and everything about it screams responsible, sensible diesel ownership. Then you notice the hood stack. It's the automotive equivalent of wearing a tuxedo with steel toe boots. Completely unnecessary, slightly unhinged, but honestly, I kind of rate it. A super clean car, paired with a headlight intake and a hood stack, complete with a flapper exhaust, is objectively funny in the best possible way. They are after $6,500, and I really don't have a clue on what something like this would be worth. I would literally rather throw money into a fire pit than spend it to build something like this. As you can see, it's a golf cart that's been lifted to heaven, sitting on giant rims, and has both way too many speakers and they're all way too big. I don't even think you'd make it a mile before the poor batteries run out of juice from turning those wheels and blasting those speakers. The seller wants $10,000, and let's be real, are you really surprised with a build like that? This feels like this shouldn't be on Facebook Marketplace and should instead require a government login, a clearance badge, and a clipboard. Even calling it a vehicle feels generous. It's a 1987 MK48 Marine Wrecker, which is less car and more mobile national infrastructure. Up front, you've got a Detroit diesel 8V92 hooked up to an Allison automatic, pushing power through articulating hydraulic steering and 46,000 pound axles front and rear. Out back, it just keeps escalating. A 60,000 pound rear recovery winch with 400 feet of cable, hydraulic recovery spades that literally anchor the earth, so if you've gotten your tank, armoured truck, or even mother-in-law stuck, this thing can definitely pull them out. They're asking $75,000, which sounds insane until you remember this thing can probably rip your annoying neighbour's house off its foundations. This is the kind of van that makes kids start sleeping with the lights on, and not because it probably once had free candy painted down the side of it. It's a 2001 Dodge Ram 1500 van that someone gave an artist full creative control and then wisely stopped asking questions. The entire exterior was apparently hand painted for a television show, but unfortunately only serious buyers are allowed to know which one. But as you can see, it basically looks like something out of Doom, and scary enough to make your grandma hold her cross necklace and do a prayer as she walks past. And then you open the door and it's normal. 2 rows of usable seats, clean cloth, wireless CarPlay, and dual AC that actually works. It's almost disappointing how calm it is inside. They're after $6,000 for the scary but weirdly clean Doom transport machine. Next up is something that sits right in that sweet spot between ridiculousness and awesomeness. It's a custom 1950s Ford F100 style scooter with its tiny hot rod body, fat rear tires, dual exhaust poking out the back, and just enough mechanical seriousness to make it more than a novelty. Sure, it's got a few minor battle scars, but that can be fixed in no time. It's powered by a 6 horsepower Tecumseh motor, which might not sound like much, but I'm sure it goes quick enough even with my fat ass on it. The only thing I'm not stoked about is the asking price being $4,800. Like, it's definitely a cool build, but not for that price. Next up, we've got a 1992 club car that is wearing a full drag strip cosplay. Just like Grandpa's eyesight got too bad for the track, so now he's out racing at 15 miles per hour between mailboxes. Front and center is a very real BDS blower and a holly carb on an electric golf cart, which is the funniest possible application of that sentence. It's all visual violence and zero mechanical reason, and honestly, it looks halfway decent. The flames down the side could use an upgrade though, but it still looks great for something that looks like it was built to terrorize retirement communities at a blistering 18 miles per hour. Hell, it even comes with the wheelie bar and a parachute to complete the dress up. Inside, it's your usual boring golf cart with nothing too crazy, but it all looks pretty comfortable and includes some new batteries as a bonus. It's listed up for everyone's favorite number, $6,900, and it seems a bit high of a price for a pretty old cart, even if it's got some add-ons. Here's how the final tier list ended up. Let us know what we got right, what we got wrong. If there's anything you change around, make sure to like and subscribe. If you find your own interesting car, you can send to us using the Google Forms link in the description. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next episode.